guys, what's up everyone? Welcome to Young Titan World. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Today we're going to be talking about one particular movie. Now it's Godless, the Eastland Exorcism, or the Eastfield Exorcism. Now this is about a particular kind of exorcism that was so extreme that it caused the death of the lady who was being exorcised. Now, honestly, I do not know which part of this makes sense, but it was very extreme. It was so extreme that a person died because of this exorcism. Now, of course, I've given away the ending of this whole thing, so chances are, if you've heard this, you must have watched it, right? Because if you haven't watched it, I've made you a complete disservice. Now, honestly, you know I'm more of a fictional, supernatural, technological kind of shit. Like, I'm always going for a genre that pushes the boundaries of insanity and illogicability, or if that's even a word. But yeah, we're mainly talking about an exorcism gone wrong. Now here's the thing. A woman who is supposed to be stable is not stable. She has a mental health problem, and also at the same time, she's possessed, okay? She's possessed by Legion, apparently. Now, in her past, she lost her child, and I'm pretty sure that's what triggered everything. That's what sent her into this crazy phase. And we're gonna take this from two angles. Now, from one side, she's possessed by a demon called Legion. Now, Legion, as people who know or may not know, it's a demon with 1,000 faces. At least that's the best way I can describe it. Now, with this demon, seeing as there are so many, exorcising it is kind of like a big deal. Jesus did that. He sent to a couple of pigs. The pigs actually threw themselves off a freaking cliff and died. All right, that's kind of the reason why Muslims don't even eat pigs, because the demons, you get the gist, right? Now, this particular demon is now, or demons is in this, or are in this woman. And they go seek medical help. The medical help is working at a slower pace than the husband wants, okay? He wants something direct, super, instant, you know, like instant ramen. He wants her to be saved instantly. And, you know, she's been taking these pills that have helped her calm down, but then they decided, okay, we're gonna take one day off, see if the pills are actually helping or it's not even helping in the first place. So with that, they realized that, okay, it's probably working a great deal, but the husband is like, you know, I don't believe in medicine. I want Jesus to save my wife. And so they seek spiritual help. Now, they're already part of a church, so they decide that they need to go and see, you know, the Vatican. Now, the Vatican, before the Vatican can actually make an exorcism, you need to go and get an entire medical health check. You know, it's like you need a permission slip before you can get exorcised, which is a bit extreme, but it kind of makes sense because no one, and I mean no one, would have to endure all of these if they just have a medical problem that needs fixing. You know, so if they've exhausted all medical options, that is when exorcism becomes a thing. And so they basically haven't gotten it from the doctor that they were seeking help from. So they decided, okay, we're gonna go off the books. We're gonna get some guy who is said to be good. He's like an underground exorcist, you know, it's like he's on the darker path. You know, I'm saving people and shit, but I'm not legal. That's crazy, you know? That's probably what's happening at the borders right now. It's crazy, all right? And it's insane. But we realize that with this entire with this entire thing, it comes with a very dark person. Now, the person that they've hired, it is said, quote unquote, that he's good. You know, it's like he's great. You know, he's a man touched by God. But when we get to see him, we rather see these egotistical, prideful SOB who is just full of himself. You know, he believes himself to be God. And he believes that what he is doing is the will of God, or his will is God's will. So, you know, everyone bow to him, worship him, channel your prayers through him, and all of that stuff. Now, this is the person who's been left in charge with taking on the demon. Now, if you don't know demons that well, or at least if you're not really with the religious variety or the Vatican, as a matter of fact, demons are kind of those who are like, I'm gonna prey on your insecurities and I'm gonna pop you like a cherry. You ain't gonna be able to come back and exercise me if you're emotionally distraught, are you? So they'll talk about shit that makes you uncomfortable. It's like, your mama's fat. No, something a little bit more deeper. You know, it's like a wound that they can pinpoint, you know, because demons are like really great gossipers. You know, it's like they share stuff and like, oh my God, did you know that Jessie lost her baby? Like, oh my God, she lost her baby and she wants to exercise me from this guy. I'm just gonna have to spill out beans when I get there. Anyways, that's what happens. So they share stuff, and because of that, they know stuff. And because they know stuff, they try to use this to dissuade themselves from being exercised. And so if you're not like mentally fortified, you're gonna get your ass like completely destroyed out there whilst you're trying to exercise some demons. And that's what basically tries to happen. And he gets really furious. He gets really violent. Actually, he's always violent. And apparently that is his way of dominating over the demon. And the girl herself is frightened, she's scared, and all of this is still happening to her, whether it's, and it's from the demon's side. The demon doesn't just pop out every single time. It's like, he's not like always present, you know, sometimes he's away from, he's AWOL, okay? He's AFK, and so when he comes online, he's like, oh, what's happening? Oh my God, he's trying to beat the shit out of me and get me out of this body. Man, I'm gonna let the lady endorse this. So he lets the lady pop off while she's getting her ass beat by this guy. And it's very sad, and it's very, very cruel that people would actually submit their loved ones and people that they actually care about to this form of violence in a hope that they get exorcised. Now, you probably would think to yourself, you know, is this the right way? We're saving her. We're saving her soul. But it's like, I kind of feel like that's the reason why at least the Vatican decides to make this whole thing an issue. You know, it's like they don't just resort to exercising just anybody. They kind of like take steps, you know. It's like, okay, after all these options have been thrown out the window, now we can stay focused on the big deal at hand. And that is what makes it all important. You know, that's what makes it all worth it. Because at that moment, we know that whatever decision that they decide to take, it's within those parameters. So yeah, at the end of it, the guy rips her mouth open, knocks her the fuck out, and she dies. And he says, I quote, she's gonna be resurrected on the third day. And she doesn't get resurrected on the third day. So she is sent to prison. He is sent to prison, at least. And that's what, I guess, causes the chaos, you know? That's what makes this whole thing look absolutely pointless. Because we're looking at a person who has lost their lives. And everyone that was there could not do anything. because of this death happening so instantly, happening so suddenly, and it makes you kind of like really, really scared. And it's like you don't even know how to react because it's so sudden. So I'm gonna say this. If you are a person of the faith, I would say that spiritual guidance is probably the best way to know when someone needs exorcism, rather than just assuming that the person who is an off-brand ghost walker can determine that fate, because it could be a lie. So, take care.